You want more sales? Make me curious. Good morning, everybody. Today, Ruby and myself are discussing the impacts of making your prospects curious about what you do. Everybody right now wants activation, conversion. It's not about that. It's about curiosity. Because 1% of your market is in market to buy right now. They will activate. They will convert. The rest will not. And if you can't make me curious, if you can't make me interested in what you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it, where you're doing it, I got nothing for you. So the best sales teams, the best salespeople are good at building curiosity and interest. If you can build curiosity and interest, even though I'm not ready to buy from you, you have my attention. And if you can keep my attention, I will come back to you when the time comes to buy something. If you cannot do that, you are as forgotten as what I had for breakfast last Tuesday. These are the things that people don't recognize, don't realize, and yet continue to expect good outcomes from lackadaisical effort, which is cold call me, cold email, cold outreach, and expect something good to happen. Beyond the friction of the message and the method, there's no curiosity there. How can I become curious? If you can't do that as an entity, as a business, you're hooped. You got to figure out how to be interesting. And that is something that a lot of companies think they're good at, and they're really not. So if you can help me be curious about what you do, if you can help me be interested in what you do, there's a way higher percentage of an opportunity for us to do business. So that does not all have to land on the sales team's shoulders. If you have a good communications and marketing engine, and you are funny, informative, value add, helpful, these are things that people will recognize, become curious and interested in, and they will make that next step, whatever that next step is. If you don't do that, then you are like everybody else. Nobody wants to be like everybody else. And so you can be somebody's Pepsi to a Coke if you want. But the better idea is to be something completely different, something completely outside the norm. And that helps people recognize what you're doing. That allows them to decide that this is something of value and interest. And once that happens, and there is a connection made to the business, to sales, the odds and opportunity for you to convert somebody go way up. In absence of that, in not doing any of that, you struggle. You're going to struggle like everybody else struggles. Pipeline generation is the number one problem in sales right now. People don't want to talk to you at scale. And that's really challenging. And it's not your fault in a lot of ways. But if you take the steps to stand out, to be more interesting, to be more valuable, to be more informative, to help your market, the odds of you having more at-bats to hit more home runs goes way up. So if you're not thinking in that way, you're missing some boats here. So Ruby says, look at yourselves, look at the mirror, look deep into that mirror and figure out if you're interesting, if you're attractive, if you're contentful to that buyer, or if you're not. And if you're not, you're not.